I'm talking to Cooper Kalasek. He was a young troublemaker, turned house flipper, turned entrepreneur, and now he owns Intacto Arms. He's the kind of guy that shows you that sometimes the path of most resistance can still get you where you want to be. Welcome to Buck the Quo. Let's get the scoop with Coop. Really, just to start off, you did not follow a very traditional education path.
You know, I was like kicked out of this school, kicked out of that school, sitting in jail at this place. So, no, it was not a traditional path. So I ended up going to a program called Cliff Ascent, which was basically where they blindfold you, drive you around, kick you out of the car with 10 other kids and a counselor, and they hike you 15 or 20 miles in the woods in the middle of Utah. So I was like, all right, I probably need to maybe start figuring stuff out because I don't know how much worse it gets than Cliff Ascent, but this is pretty brutal. I ended up getting arrested for a high-speed chase. It was like, you can ruin your life in a half a second. It was like, you can ruin your life in a half a second. I walked a very fine line, and I could have dropped off to either side and ended up dead or in prison, but I just always managed to fall on the side of the fence that had a pasture versus rocks. And I was like, dude, this has got to stop. That brought me back. Then I went back to BSU and just hit it super hard. And in true form, I just dove in. They have CLEP Test,
which is College Level Examination Program. It's actually a really cool thing where you just get to take a test and you get credits for a class without ever taking the class.
So anywho, I used a lot of CLEP tests and I went to school and I focused and I studied and I'd watch all these kids take notes and I just wouldn't take notes, I would just listen to the teacher and basically, I ended up graduating college. College to me, it seemed a lot about jumping through hoops.
Sure.
And once I kind of figured out the system, I started doing much better at college. I wouldn't have changed a thing because I got where I'm at. And I think the reason I probably dodged a lot of bullets in business was the street smarts. I mean, I've had employees that are just only book smart. Having street smarts is just as important as having book smarts. I mean, the goal is to be successful and be you.
Just in your school, growing up learning, you feel like maybe it didn't work out for you, or maybe they didn't cater to that or help you in any way, that it failed you as a smart kid? Is that?
Idle hands do the devil's work.
Okay.
Next question? No. No, I mean, really, everything that punished me as a child, okay, every massive thing that I got in trouble for are my greatest assets as an adult, period. It's a blessing and it's a curse because when you're young, people don't want funny, witty, smarty, little talking kids. And I get it. I get why my teachers were upset.
How did you get into entrepreneurial business?
I was always an entrepreneur. So, it was always something that I was into and we were, building stuff, working on stuff, fixing bikes, selling bikes, you name it. So I think probably if you would have asked 9 out of 10 adults that knew me, they would have said he's going to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I go to college. I'm like, I'm going to take the easiest path to get through this to get the piece of paper. It's not about the piece of paper. Because I know a lot of dudes with the piece of paper that I've just been like, hey, you're not working out. Hey, you're not working out. I just wanted to take the shortest route to get the piece of paper because I thought if you had the piece of paper, some dude cuts you a check for $100,000 a year. My mom's like, go to college, get a good job, work hard. And I was in college flipping houses, making really good money. I'm like, it was that simple. So I went to business.
Okay.
And they had an entrepreneurial management program. What is entrepreneurialism? As I understand it, it is using somebody else's resources to generate wealth for yourself. Is basically what entrepreneurialism is. Hey, you got money, I don't have any money, but I work my ass off. So you give me your money, I'll go work hard, I'll pay you your money plus some back, and I'll take a little bit. That's entrepreneurialism at its very finest core. So what I'm really good at is taking I have zero money, zero knowledge on the subject, and getting it to where it's a viable business model. That's what I think I'm good at. Learning about something I don't know a lot about, and I think that's the risk taking in me because it's so heavy on, will I succeed or will I fail? And it's not the best method. Trust me.
There's been failures, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, real estate's a prime. When I was taking cold showers, crying in my shower in my $500,000 house because I can't pay my gas bill.
I think what scares me the most about failing is, I guess, not being able to do what I want to.
If I would have tried just that, the smallest bit more, I would have been able to reach my goal.
The thing that scares me the most about failing is creating an opportunity deficit for yourself.
Well, you can learn about street smarts in books, so there's that.
I feel that failing shapes every human being, because I feel that huge failures are the only way we realize that change needs to occur.
Usually I'm not really scared of it. except when I fail other people.
The truth is, life is a bully. It's gonna knock you down. But what defines you is how you get yourself back up. Look at Cooper. The dude was making terrible choices and got himself stuck in a place that was pretty low, turned it around, and now he is doing something he loves after getting a great education. Not that that was easy either.
You know, looking back, I could have done all of it way better, but each one was teaching me stuff that you just can't learn. Most projects, whether it's a school project, whether it's a paper, whether it's a business, whether it's building clean water sources in Africa, survive on the sheer will of their founders or participants alone. So, you know, how do you be successful? You work really hard. There's no magic dust to any of this. It's just really, really hard work and like luck. This is a very, very small snapshot of your life. And you always hear an 80-year-old man say, I would do anything to be your age again. Bullshit. You can have whatever you want. We're all on the same level. When I started investing in houses, I had probably a 400 credit score and 25 cents to my name. But if you focus on it and you play really, really hard, you can make things happen.
So why do we care about Cooper's story? He's just some dude that made mistakes, right? Actually, it's that word mistakes. The road in front of you is never gonna be clear. Sometimes it's gonna be paved like this, and sometimes it's gonna be dirt. The trick is that when you get to a fork in the road and you make a wrong turn, that you just learn from it. That's the trick, is to learn. Wait.